Okay, these are amazing. The check-in on Intern John and your morning show. What is the unromantic way you met your person? Not the story out of the fairy tale, but like, you were puking, or he held your hoops, he fought somebody at the bar. Things like that nature.
What?
A Glen Burnie love story, if you will. 877-995-4681 to call. 99338 to text. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. Let me go. Leonie, good morning. Am I saying that right? Leonie, is that you?
Hi, yeah, it's Leilani.
Hey, I'm sorry, Leilani. All right, so you met your person how, girl?
So we were in college, and I was playing beer pong at a party, and I'm not gonna lie, I do pretty well.
Sure.
So I was probably 4 or 5 games deep, and I was just kind of like on fire. So I was just kind of sitting at this table, kind of bragging about it at that point.
Sure.
And he saw me bragging about it, and his intention was to shut me up. So he came to the table and played me, and he lost. But now we get married after 9 years in September. We get married in October.
Look at that. Okay. All right.
That's cute.
Now, looking back at beer pong, do you ever think how gross it was that we would pick the balls off the floor and then drink out of the cup? Do you ever?
Yes, so the house we were in, we would we knew the grossness, and so we did a water cup, and so it was kind of like
that's smart.
Yeah, so everything was water, and then you clean it, and I'm all about typical beer pong, but I'm not about eating people's dog shit that's on the floor.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 second, you were in the running. That is one of those things you realize where it's like, why did we drink out of the actual cup?
No, it's disgusting. But I'm glad we started as we got older. We should just put water in here.
Yeah.
And drink our beer.
Yeah. Let me go on the phone. John, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, man. You met your person how?
So we both work at the Safeway, and I was by the receiving area, which is where the dumpster is, and that's when I first saw her taking trash out for the bakery.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. So set the scene, John. You're outside. Is it hot? Is it cold? Oh, you're inside. Is it what's the temperature? Is it hot out? Is it cold? Is it hot? What's going on?
Oh yeah, the receiving areas they change depending on the season. I think it was like late spring, so a little bit warm. So the trash was probably starting to smell a little bit.
Sure.
And you have the hustle and bustle of all the vendors coming in the back room.
Yeah.
I forget what we used to call it. I think it was service 10. We didn't want to say everybody do trash. No, it was service 10.
And then your service 10 pulled up that fine ass honey, and you knew you had to make her yours.
That's in time. But yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. John, 1 second, you're in the running. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's true love right there.
That is true love.
Come on, need some voice change. Hold on. Let me go in Chantilly. Fake name Grace, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so you met your person unromantically how?
At work, but at orientation of all the places. But not only just my person, but he was my boss.
Oh, nice.
So I interviewed with him and one other person, his superior, and my now husband. Did not even look up, did not speak to me, did not say anything. And the other person was leading the interview. I was like, what is up with this guy? And then at orientation, he had to train me, and all of a sudden, he was talking, whatever. But still, I was like, hello, why are you not being kind or personal or anything? So anyways, over the course of the next, let's just say 6 months, we ended up becoming friends. I even tried to hook him up with one of my girlfriends.
Oh.
We just both got out about relationships, and so we really got hit it off.
Mm-hmm.
But then, so then he got a dog, and then I started helping him take care of his puppy. And then
smart.
Game over.
Yeah, and how long you been together for now, fake name Grace?
11 years.
Look at that.
Look at that.
All right, fake name Grace, 1 second. It's a smart move. Let me help with your dog.
Yeah.
That's really smart. Let me go. Fake name Nina, good morning. Fake name Nina in Lorton, hello. Dun, dun, dun.
Hello?
There we go. Yep, that's you. All right, girl, you met your person how?
We met through Facebook. I was on vacation, and he sent me a DM. And once I landed back from vacation, we met at a local bar that we do live in the same city. Mm-hmm. And we went to a local bar. He asked me if I wanted a drink. We were with his friends. Well, he was with his friends. I was with my friends. I went to get a drink, and some girl walks up, and his friends with benefits, and she says, "Are you going to stay here or are you going to go with me?" And I was like, what, what is going on? I just walked off.
Mm-hmm.
That was his business. I just met the guy.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes later, he comes up with my drink.
Look at that.
And ever since, we've been together 13 years now.
Okay.
And that was the most awkwardest. I would have never stayed if, but he came and stayed and we got to know each other and
it worked out.
Ever since we've been together.
Okay.
Yes, he shot a shot.
Thank you, Nina. 1 second. You're in the running. I mean, what a shot to shoot, by the way, too. Let me go in Rising Sun, Maryland. Shannon, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, girl. You met your now husband how?
At a smoke-off. He was there with a group of people. They were getting on him that he couldn't get a girl, couldn't pull girls.
Sure.
So he pulls out his phone. He goes, pick one, pick anyone. And then they picked me, and he messaged me and said, hey, come out to the smoke-off.
What's a smoke-off? Is that like meat?
Meat smoke-off, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sure. Okay, so how did he slide in your messages like, hey, come smoke some meat?
He said, hey, it's my birthday weekend. You should come hang out. And just kind of gave me the guilt trip of it's my birthday. So I showed up. They had been there since 4 a.m.
Oh, God.
Right, drinking all day. I show up at 4 p.m.
Oh.
So apparently they were feeding him water, sobering his butt up
Sure.
To try, I guess, and be cordial, meeting this girl for the first time.
Yeah.
I get there. He gets me a Bud Light and opens it up with his forearm, and
Nice.
he had me ever since.
Look at that.
Love.
That's Leia's love. All right, Shannon, 1 second. You're in the running. That's so funny.
Come look at my meat.
Look at this, bro. Let me open this beer for you. Vote for your favorite, 99338 to text. In the district, Stephanie, good morning.
Hi there.
All right, girl, you met your person how?
So I met my now husband, but at the time we were in a bar, my best friend and I, and she was drinking her beer, and he, like a Neanderthal, just walks by her on the way out and knocks her beer right into her tooth and chips her tooth.
Oh, my God.
And we're because we're into teeth, and I'm in the industry, the
Sure.
teeth industry, so she was so upset. And she's like, that guy just chipped my tooth. And then me being the bestie that I am, I ran after him on the street and yelled at him and finger wagged at him and said, you broke my friend's tooth. And he felt really bad, and the rest is history.
I mean,
wow.
Honestly, that's something that Sauce would do too, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good friend. Was it a bad chip or a small chip?
It was a medium chip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still.
That's the worst.
Because like I said, I know people.
Yeah.
So, it was okay, but I mean,
Sure.
yeah.
No, I would do it anyway. I'd be like, you better get back here and be a gentleman.
Oh, absolutely. That's the worst.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
was. He was. He felt bad, but
Sure.
Aw.
Okay.
Now you're in
Stephanie,
love.
1 second. You're in the running. I chipped my tooth the worst way possible. I did once on microphone. That sucked.
I've done it 3 times on microphone.
The other time was I was trying to be healthy at the airport and had yogurt with granola and chipped it on that. I'm like, this is why you don't eat healthy.
Exactly.
That's why.
Because you have to pay.
Legitimately.
Literally.
And it was on the flight to an event. So I had the chipped tooth at the event, and that was
That was a big chip, too.
yeah, but
Sorry.
even with teeth, though, even the smallest chip feels like it's massive.
It does.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody texted in. We met in Ocean City my senior week, grabbing food in the boardwalk. He loved how I looked in a baseball hat. 10 minutes later, I'm throwing up in said baseball cap.
Sick.
We're married together now with 2 daughters.
Oh, that's cute.
adorable.
Man, senior week. What a time.
I don't know what that is.
It's when you go to the beach for a week after you graduate from high school. Some people call it beach week, but Anne Arundel County calls it senior week. I know other surrounding counties do too.
Go for a full week?
Yeah. You go for a full week by yourself. It's
crazy.
your first little taste of freedom. You're in Ocean City being a degenerate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my mom rented us a townhouse. I mean, we all had pay, but
Sure.
my mom put her name on it, which was nobody else's parents would. 'Cause they're like, you kids are bad. I'm not going to take care. But the kids next to us in the townhouse next to us, they got kicked out within 12 hours of being there.
I'm sure.
So
Megan's the best.
we did not, because I stayed for 2 whole weeks.
2 whole weeks.
Yeah, man.
Jeepers creepers.